When we meditate, the brain slows down. Nothing big thing about it. No, you don't need the instrument to measure that your brain has slowed down. Slowed down does not mean that your intelligence is going down. No, not that way. You are becoming calmer and calmer. Scientific research and spiritual research, I think, they should go hand in hand. But there is a limit also. Spiritual experiences can be expressed and monitored up to a certain extent in the scientific world. It has a limit. Having crossed that limit, we cannot use any instrumentation in order to measure the spiritual variations or spiritual spectrum, so to say. In the scientific world, there are many gadgets they are now using to monitor the change in consciousness. When we meditate, the brain slows down. Nothing big thing about it. No, you don't need the instrument to measure that your brain has slowed down. Slowed down does not mean that your intelligence is going down. No, not that way. You are becoming calmer and calmer. You are able to now move away from this neural network firing, to a different dimension altogether. We transcend the thinking process. Now, how are we going to measure this transcendence of the mind? When mind is inactive, kind of. But mind you, I tell you, mind is super active. During Samadhi state, universe is not big enough. When this consciousness expands during the Samadhi, how are we going to measure that infinity in a small gadget? I can only pray. We can all pray together and say, hopefully one day scientists may be successful. God bless them with that, so that others can have more confidence in spirituality. If that serves the purpose, wonderful. But I did find something very exciting. For example, certain states in Samadhi up to a certain extent, which our Shastras call it as Turiya state. Turiya state means fourth level of consciousness. We have this waking consciousness where we are interacting with each other. Then as we are trying to go into a sleep mode, we pass through various states like REM or dream state, and then a deep sleep state. So those three states are known to us. Fourth is this Turiya state. Now, what is the difference between deep sleep state and Turiya state? Fourth level of consciousness, which is Samadhi in another word. In sleep state, when we are in deep sleep state, delta wave appears, means the wave frequency is about 3 to 5 hertz per second. Similar thing also happens when a person is in Samadhi. When a person is in Samadhi, he will also experience this wave pattern, will be able to witness that on the instrument. Only difference is, in deep sleep state, you are not aware at all. In Samadhi, when this delta wave appears, you are fully aware. You are entering into a cosmic consciousness, universal consciousness, where not only you know about what's happening here around us, but at a certain level of consciousness, you can also feel what's happening around the world, the universe. And there is still another level of consciousness, we call it Turiyatit, means going beyond this fourth level of consciousness. Now, fourth level of consciousness is when we close our eyes and with the help of pranahuti, when we touch that deepest level of consciousness, That is Turiya. But when through practice we are able to experience this Turiya-like state, even with open eyes during our working hours, or while you are cooking or you are eating or partaking with various activities, and still you are able to maintain that level of consciousness, apprehension is only this much, that there are not many things that we can measure. Are we able to measure the speed and position of electrons? We're not. People laugh when we talk of this wave thing and particle thing, all those things. We are not able to detect all those things. We don't even know for sure what is the nature of this electron. Is it particle? Is it wave? So we keep on struggling with limited thing, which is even things like electron, proton, neutron, and who knows what, tachyon particles also. Those are imagery. All these things are imagery. If we are limited with such limited aspects of atoms, can we imagine the limitless, which is smaller than the smallest and bigger than the biggest, as our Upanishad speaks about? So there are limitations, but with advancement in the, especially this neurophysiological sciences, neurology, I think we are able to see, we are able to witness beautiful effects of just closing your eyes and meditating with love. And I specifically use this word, meditating with love. We call it as bhakti, right? Meditating with so much of bhakti in our heart for the Lord. Because you meditate without bhakti and meditate with bhakti, that also makes a world of a difference.